going on, people? This is Speederman here once again with another film review, and we're talking about a film called Skeletons in the Closet. Yeah, I watched this last night. Now this is an anthology film, sort of like VHS, Creepshow, those type of films, but this film is very unique, I must say. So this film has two wraparound stories, unlike these other anthologies which only have one. But it's about, the first one is about this babysitter. We have this babysitter and this girl who's really into horror films. Her name is Jamie, and the babysitter's name is Tina. So Tina doesn't really understand why Jamie likes horror films so much. So she's always ragging on her taste of horror films, and she really doesn't get the whole idea of someone liking horror films. And that's kind of how this movie starts. And the babysitter and Jamie, they're just in time to watch Jamie's favorite show, which features the Widow. It's a late night show which talks about watching horror movies. It's a late night horror movie show, and the hosts are called. There's this girl called the Widow, and her husband Charlie, and they're like the host of the show, and it's like Jamie's favorite show. So they introduced the movies that we watch. So we watched like these three different short films, and the short films in this film are really not that good, to be honest. They're really boring. I really found it more interesting, like the two wraparound stories, like, you know, the whole thing with the widow and her dead husband. They have this crazy funny banter. They're always busting each other's balls, and you have the same thing going with Tina and Jamie. Tina's just busting Jamie, just busting her balls because she likes horror films, and the babysitter doesn't really quite like that. She doesn't get it, so she keeps, like ragging on her horror films. And I don't know. I thought this was pretty cool because when you see the films, you get the whole adjust tracking thing, the whole static on the videotape, because this film does take place in the 80s, and it totally reminded me of like something from out of Tales from the Crypt, and it's pure nostalgia when you watch this movie. I mean, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. They went out of the way to make you feel with the whole 80s vibe, which I kind of really missed, but yeah, like all in all, I think it was a good effort in trying to do something new with an anthology movie, but they could have chosen better short films to show. But I like the character of Jamie. She's very likable. She's very relatable. If you're a horror film buff like me, she's a smart ass, and she kind of, let's just say, she kind of wants to get back at her babysitter, and she kind of does. But I'm not gonna say too much of that. But all in all, I like Skeletons in the Closet, and I recommend you guys watch it if you guys like these type of movies. Of course, it is a low budget movie, but I still had a fun time. I just wish they would have like chosen better movies to feature, But like I said, the wraparounds are funny, they're great, and I want to see more of these actors, I want to see more of these actors in other films, but I had a good time. It's only like 82 minutes, I think, but it's definitely worth watching at least once. If I ever find this film, I might get it on Blu-ray, because I like these kind of films. I mean, there was a real effort into making this film, and it was funny too, very funny. But yeah, I give Skeletons in the Closet a 7 out of 10. Just because of the effort, the funny was there, the comedy was there. It was something new, and it wasn't that long. So, yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. 100 subscribers. Peace.